What's up, everybody? So today we're going to talk about how to create a business plan and some little tips along the way. Um, so why you're going to create a plan first is kind of an important piece, is because, well, so you're going to start a business, um, but how do you get started? What's your plan? Because any fool um, can start a business, but once you have an actual plan in place, you can have more of a guideline to get started without having any hiccups or any surprises, I guess, along the way. Now, what's important to note is you don't, I've done some consulting for business plans. People want this 50-page thing. You're you're a small business, so really you don't need a large, long, crazy plan. Um, you want something a little short and sweet, still, with thought into it, but you don't want to have some crazy long thing that's going to be 2 years to write and perfect, because guess what? By the time you perfect it and everything, you're going to change it again and then you'll never start. So there's something short and sweet. What's on the top of your mind? This is also designed to help you come up with some ideas that you didn't think of as you're writing everything. Like, oh wait, I didn't think about that sort of thing. So without further ado, let's go into the top 10 steps of writing a business plan. So first, the executive summary. That's always going to be first. Kind of summarizing your business at a high level of, you know, what's it about, what's the rest of the plan going to look like, sort of thing. Um, Kind of the company's mission statement also should be in there, and then like a short description of its products and services. Not This is more designed to be brief. Don't get too carried away here, because there's more coming of what to include. Um, the company description. Now this is going to be more about you know your specific niche and your location, that sort of thing. Um, how's it going to stand out though too? And um, that's that's where you kind of want to keep that one also kind of short and sweet. I typically have written these plans where the executive summary and company description only take up the first page or two combined. That's it. Um, Now this is where you're going to start learning about your plan of where you might have some holes. I guess that's the best way to put it. Is the market analysis. So what's in your market. What kind of industry is it? You want to find some data and stats about where it's going, what kind of consumers will probably be going to your product and service. What is their income level? Because there's that aspect as well. So this is where you're going to really learn where you might have missed a thought in building your plan, which is good. This is why this is here. If you plan to find an investor, they also want to make sure you know everything about this as well. So the competitive analysis. This is where some of my consulting has surprised people, because they kind of forget about certain things. Um, Now you're gonna include your SWOT analysis here, your strengths, uh, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Then some talks about like local competition. So this is where I've also surprised people, I guess is the way I would like to put it, is um, let's say as a brewery or something like that, as I've consulted for one of those recently, where they said, well, here's my three local breweries around me that are within half-hour driving time, and they're my three biggest competitors when they open. I said, well, okay, that's great. So what about bars and stuff like that? Oh, they're not going to be competition. I said, well, they might be, because think about, um, a couple is going to go out for a date night, and the kids has a babysitter and stuff like that, and they said, well, where can we go? This brewery, this bar, this restaurant, or just get ice cream and walk, right? So you won't include the ice cream shop in that scenario, right? But it's still a decision that that person might make and not go to your brewery. But um, going to the bar versus your brewery or another brewery is obviously still all competition. So keep that in mind for not just other exact replicas of your business. Think about let's do another example of that, just because I think this part's important. Is, let's say, McDonald's. So their immediate competition, Wendy's, Burger King, Taco Bell, which is all fast food. Um, but there's still other competition out there. So be a diner. It's not just fast food. It could be a restaurant. Like, well, obviously if you're in a hurry, you're going to pick the fast food one, but you still have to consider other options out there that a family might decide on their way to do something. They could grab a sandwich out of the fridge before they go as well, of course, too. But just keep that in mind as a not just direct competition like McDonald's to Burger King. There could be a diner involved too, sort of thing. Um, so number 5, the management and organization description. So um, if it's just you, okay, describe yourself. This is kind of where your resume might be put, sort of thing. Don't actually copy your resume in here. But why are your skills important for this business? What background do you have for um, running this service? Do you have experience in this service, or maybe your idea is to let's say it's an HVAC service or something like that. Well, let's say you don't know HVAC, but you're going to run the business. Okay, cool. So instead of um, you're going to say, the business owner, can run the business. I'm going to find leads. I'm going to close the leads, and I'm going to sell the service. I'm going to hire a guy that I know that's certified in HVAC. Okay, cool. Describe that and how you're going to do it. Why are you good at running this business? How you're going to track this all. Maybe you don't know how to do bookkeeping though, so you're going to put in there too. We'll need to hire a good bookkeeper or hire an accountant because they're going to be the ones that are filling in skills that you don't have, which is okay. That's what you want to do. You don't want to spend a bunch of time learning how to do bookkeeping when you can hire someone and get that off your plate as well. So number 6, breakdown of your products and services. Why are they great? Um, there's a lot of services out there that you could replicate, but how are you going to do it better? That's where you're going to put this. You're going to just tell the folks, their investors, or even this could be selling to not only a partner but employees as well. In my example for the HVAC company, if you're hiring an HVAC guy, um, you got to be on the same page of why is your service going to be better? Well, if you plan on waking him up at 1 in the morning to go do a service call, you better know about that and better be on board. But um, this is where you want to make sure your products and services shine, because otherwise you're just another service out there that has your name in the truck, and you get business as you go. It might be fine, but if someone's going to invest in you, they want to know how you're going to stand out. The marketing plan. So this is where you should really figure out how you're going to market your business, launch your business. Excuse me. But then also, maybe your social media plan should be on here. Will you advertise how much, that sort of thing. And every business is different, so it has to figure out how do you plan on launching. If it's a product you made that you invented, maybe it's a Kickstarter. That could be part of your marketing plan. It might have to be shared through social channels, but that's how you're gonna market. Describe that there. Sales strategy. So think about uh, how you're going to sell this. Is this going to be an e-commerce business only, social media clicks or click funnel? Is someone going to be on the phone calling and selling that service manually, sort of thing? And everyone has different opinions on different sales strategies. Of course, that's fine. Just describe yours here. Now, request for funding. So that's number 9. Sales strategy is number 8. If I missed the number, sorry. Number 9, request for funding. So you're gonna, if you want, an investor that's not going to be part of the day-to-day business, you have to figure out how much capital you're willing to take on and what equity you're going to sell it at. If it's over 50%, be careful there. Is it 10%? Just make sure it's good for both of you. Good for the investor, because otherwise they're not going to spend their money with you, or make sure it's good for you so that you don't lose your business and you're out in the street making nothing because you sold too much equity, sort of thing. The financial projections. So this one's always tough because you can say, well, I'm going to sell this much. Okay. Well, it's going to be really hard to prove that unless you're in a market that's really proven, but then you're also fighting against other competition. So this is more of what can you sell per day on an average basis. You know, let's talk about the brewery again. If you are in this state, maybe you call your local other breweries, might not give you the info. If you call 5 states over and say, hey, trying to start a brewery, you seem to be in the microbrew space as well. Can you kind of help me out with what I should look at as far as revenue? Hey, by the way, I'm not your competition. I'm five states away. Can you help me out? You might get a couple of no's, but it's always worth asking. Now this part I can help out with. If you find me in my Fiverr account, the link will be in the description there. I hope it's all helpful. It's there's a lot that goes into a business plan, and but then again, like I said, don't make it too crazy and long and perfect it because you're gonna end up spending so much time on it that it won't actually ever happen. So good luck with your business. Leave me a comment below what kind of business you're starting. I'm excited to hear about those. Make sure you subscribe as well to hear some more. Thanks, guys.